Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, broadcasting live from Lagos and Abuja. A reminder of our main stories. Military intensifies fight against terrorism, foils another attack on communities at the Chad border by Boko Haram members. Retired General Aliyu Gusau resumes as new defense minister, says insurgency challenge will be surmounted. Gender equality takes center stage at a forum in Abuja. Participants seek quick passage of bills on women's rights by National Assembly. And Ukraine's interim prime minister denounces Crimea's referendum on joining Russia, says international community will not accept decision. Well, all our top stories can be found on our website, ChannelsTV.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. To get us on the move, visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. And you can interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap on the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions to share your report, pictures, and videos. Now, here are some of the pictures sent in by our Eyewitness reporters. In Lagos, this is a picture of custom-licensed agents protesting at the tin can port in Apapa over the increase in imported vehicle tariff and unfavorable government policies, which they say are affecting their business. From Abuja is a picture of a car accident in Tugamaje, Abuja, that displaced a transformer. The Eyewitness reporter says the driver lost control of the vehicle while at top speed within a residential area. Thank you for sending in your pictures. Please do keep them coming. The Nigeria Police Force has released pictures of 3 more suspects connected with the torture of 3 women in Ejigbo area of Lagos State, southwest Nigeria. Channels Television received pictures of the suspects via an email with a statement signed by the police public relations officer, Frank Umba. The 3 wanted suspects are known as Roti Lukman Akonde, also known as Otenkpa, and Akim Shitu. The third is simply identified as Tiri. Our correspondent, Loretta Chiogo, has been following this story and now reports.
We are appealing to Nigerians. You might have gotten their pictures because they used to be your friends. You might have it in soft copy on your phone. You probably might have known them because you belong to the same religious organization. Even if it is a group photograph that you took with them in the time past, if you bring it to us, we can isolate their own personal picture from the crowd and blow it up.
In 1 week, the public has responded to his requests. The pictures of the suspects declared wanted are provided. They are part of those still in the police custody, alleged of the torture of 3 women in Ejigbo area of Lagos. Unfortunately, one of the victims is dead. A press statement from the police headquarters confirms the pictures are authentic. The names of the 3 suspects are given as Roti Lukman Akonde, also known as Otenkpa. He is said to have paraded himself as the coordinator of the Oodua People's Congress OPC. He is also recognized with a gold tooth and dark skin. Akim Shitu is slim and tall, with tribal marks. The last one is popularly known as Tiri. He is dark in complexion, with a pointed nose and uneven teeth. They are from Oyo and Ogun states. All 3 are members of the Oodua People's Congress OPC. The police are also asking the public to provide other useful information to aid their arrests. Others involved in the dastardly act alongside their kingpin, Isiaka Waidi, popularly known as Babauja, remain in police custody till they are charged to court. Loretta Chiogo, Channels Television News.
Well, we're going over to our Abuja studios now, where Linda Akigbe is standing by. Hello, Linda.
Hello, Bimbo, and welcome to the nation's capital. Ahead of the presidential summit on universal health coverage in Nigeria, The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to the provision of healthcare services. Addressing a pre-summit news conference in Abuja, the Minister of Health, Professor Onyebuchi Chukwu, says universal health coverage holds the key to unlocking the door for significant improvement in the health status of Nigerians. He announced that the federal government is implementing a number of initiatives aimed at attaining universal health coverage in the country.
Considering the overwhelming global support and documented benefits of universal health coverage, the federal government is taking the bull by the horns to ensure easy access to health care by all Nigerians. At a pre-summit conference on universal health coverage, the Minister of Health restated the government's commitment to improve the nation's healthcare delivery system.
The theme, USC, the Vehicle for Sustainable Growth and Development, captures government's belief in the centrality of a healthy population to the President's agenda. Health is a top priority for this government, and we have continued to engage widely to find solutions to our health system challenges, as well as invest strategically to improve access to healthcare at all levels.
A health financial specialist from the World Health Organization identified poverty and weak health systems as factors militating against universal health coverage.
The top end of the bar actually shows the average of the highest quintile in that country, whereas the lowest end of the bar shows the average percentage of the lowest income quintile. So this enormous inequity is quite worrisome, apart from the fact that we see that millions miss out actually needed health services. The percent here attended births by skilled health workers.
At a separate event organized by the African Health Journalists Association, malaria and typhoid fever were identified as the biggest health concerns of Nigerians.
Cost may be a deterrent in seeking preventive types of care, so that people who interact with the health system are just doing so when they must or when they have to. And then the big reason that you're here, what is the priority health concern of Nigeria? Well, they ranked malaria, as we were just talking about with Dr. Idogo, they ranked malaria and fever as the most important health challenge they face.
The presidential summit, to be hosted by President Goodluck Jonathan, is aimed at fashioning ways through which healthcare services can be brought to the doorsteps of all Nigerians.
The House Committee on Procurement says it has observed certain weaknesses in the manner some ministries, departments and agencies implement the Procurement Act. The chairman of the committee, who was speaking at the budget defense of the Bureau for Public Procurement, said this followed the procurement audit reports received by the committee and must be addressed. The Director General of the BPP, speaking afterwards, said the Bureau is set to work with the legislature to ensure good governance through proper implementation of the Act.
Low procurement capacity on the MDAs, considering the investment in capacity building for the last 6 years, poor record keeping by the MDAs, poor procurement planning, non-usage of procurement tools such as standard bidding documents, contract splitting. I know the DG will be facing, or let me say the Bureau will be facing quite a lot of challenges that we are facing ourselves when we invite some of these MDAs. I suppose we have to synergize our efforts in making sure that, or ensuring that the Public Procurement Act is fully implemented.
Virtually 99% of all the projects that came to us for certificate of no objections were granted. And arising from that review, we had a savings of 95.7 billion naira for 2013. Everybody here in the National Assembly and the executive arm is committed to one thing: good governance. And public expenditure is key to good governance. And that's why the framers of the law, in attempts to bring the best global practice, have provided that BPP as a regulatory authority must, from time to time, go and check the books of the people who are doing procurement, like the way CBN will go to banks to look at their books.
Ahead of the switchover to digital television in Nigeria, Africa's best and 8-time best television station in Nigeria, Channels Television, has entered a strategic partnership with Japanese production giant TMS Entertainment. The partnership will be delivering a robust content for Channels Television and the Asian entertainment giants. The chairman, chief executive officer of Channels Television, Mr. John Momo, who led other management team to receive the visitors in his office, told his guests that this partnership comes in a good time considering the digital switch and the potential of Nigeria in terms of its population. In his response, the president of TMS Entertainment, Mr. Okamura Hideki, explained that his team is bringing its repertoire to an outfit that shares the same value of quality, sustainability, and growth history.
Tom's Entertainment has a 50 years history, and they believe to the potential of this country, Nigeria. That's why they came to Nigeria and wanted to build some kind of partnership with ChannelsTV, starting some new production Nigeria lifestyle and history. Nigeria is leading Africa, as we believe, and starting by a partnership with ChannelsTV is giving us an opportunity to start leading, have the way to enter to Africa itself. And we do believe like this partnership with ChannelsTV is just a way to enter in Africa market, and as ChannelsTV is on the top of everything on TV stations.
And that's all from Abuja. Back to you, Bimbo.
5 out of the 15 students affected by gas inhalation at Ogba Junior Grammar School have been discharged and certified fit. The students became unconscious after inhaling some toxic gas on Thursday. Meanwhile, the head of the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency told Channels Television that the source of the gas emission has still not been identified. He promised that investigations are expected to be concluded next week when the report will be made public.
It's about 11 in the morning. It should be break time, but there's no playtime noise in this school. No academic activity is also going on here. It is not unconnected with the scary scene of Thursday when some students went into coma after allegedly inhaling a gaseous substance.
We received a distress call that 8 students, female students, have inhaled some unknown gas emanated from where we do not know. We have to rush down here. We call the people that are in charge of that authority. We moved the children to last week.
We made to the principal's office to find out what she knows, but her response wasn't welcoming.
I don't want Channel.
Okay, please, Channel, please. Channel, please, can you take it? Please.
This is the second time some students from Ogba Junior Grammar School are affected by the inhalation of toxic gas. No one, not even the authorities, could point out where the gaseous substance came from. All said were just suspicions.
We send the septic tanks. We want to know if the emission from the septic tank. We've been to the poultry there too. You know, from the animal waste. If it's mixed with water, there can be emission of ammonia from that. So we are looking at that angle too. And carbide, we found some carbide here in the school too, which they used during the inter-hospital. And you know, carbide is an hazardous chemical, which when in reaction with water can bring out offensive odors or pungent odors. And all these angles we are looking at, we have not yet concluded that this is the main cause of the emission.
At the Lagos State University Hospital last week, 5 of the 15 students affected are discharged. They narrate their ordeal.
We came back from break and we had a certain smell. From then, I didn't even understand what happened to me. But later, I feel so dizzy. For the next day, I don't know. I just get there. I can't even really explain very better.
A total of 12 students were brought into the hospital. 2 were of pediatric age, so they were attended to in the pediatric department. 1 of them needed intensive care because he was rather breathless, and she was transferred immediately to the intensive care department of Lasut.
Najim Latif says she's 18 years old in JSS 3. She was the hardest hit, and she was kept in the intensive care unit of the hospital.
After break, we were asked to go back inside the class. So when we smell odor, then they asked us to go back outside, and that was.
Investigations are continuing to unravel the source of the gas emission, while treatment continues also for other victims to stabilize. The school remains locked until the gas emission point is discovered. Loretta Chiogo, Channels Television News.
When the news at 10 returns, NLNG presents winner of its 2013 prize for literature in Lagos. Please join us again.